Scotland calling. Hi, stranger. It's me, Jay Lynch, your best pal in the distant memory. I'm trickling my way back into your dreams and your little eardrums. Joined, as always, by the man who can actually play on your eardrums. It's my good, tiny pal, Johnny Stone. Hey, Queen.
Hey, buddy.
Thanks. How are you?
I've grown so much since we last spoke.
In what way?
Oh, mostly physical. I'm now a size 7.5.
Oh, 7.5.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Mhm.
Is that for
After
like
the incident.
that's the t-shirt size he wears?
This is like extra. Well, it's technically an extra small, but it's a more oversized than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, nice. I had a very demoralizing for my wife. Great moment for me, where she'd bought a dress, I think from ASOS. Nice like burnt orange dress. Buttons down the whole way. Very summer, nice, like really nice lapel, nice sleeve, like rolled up sleeves, size small. And she put it on. She's like, "This is way too big. It fits me.
Yes.
6'2", 16 stone.
Glorious.
So I'm honestly gonna bring it to the tailors and get him cut it up a little bit.
We should bring on.
Cut up in here, honey.
Could you chop it up, honey? For the Instagram, we should share that photo and the photo of the outfit I got. Was it 2 years ago?
They're not unlike each other.
Yeah. So 2 years ago on Zara, I bought an outfit that made me look like I was in a cult, and
Yeah.
I can't. There's no point in me trying to describe it because I need to show. I need to show you. I think we should have them side by side on Instagram.
That's our new like thumbnail.
Yes. Honestly, see the photo of us at the finale.
I've never looked better.
Looking through the
Yeah.
bunting. I think I'm going to say it. The sexiest photos ever existed.
Who took that photo? Whose phone was it?
It was my phone.
Have you got like a Yassify like app? Because I'm blemish free.
We didn't even need it.
I look like the kid from what's that movie with Cher?
Mask.
I look like the boy from Mask. Had a glow
Rocky
up.
Dennis.
Rocky Dennis.
Mhm.
I look like Dennis got a Rocky. Do you know what I mean? 'Cause he's looking tough and gorgeous.
Yeah. And I think it's one of the best photos of us ever taken.
Yeah, we're not a photo happy group.
No, you're right. We actually don't take many
We
photos
don't.
together.
There's very
'cause
limited
we're
proof that we
too busy
exist.
living in the moment.
We're in the moment. We're also later stage millennials. So like the second we see a camera, we're doing that duck face. We're fixing our fringes down, or we're sitting on a rock. Did you have Bebo over here?
Oh yes, unfortunately.
Did you have a page on your like, Joe? If the younger people amongst us, Bebo was your pre-Facebook. We could have photo albums, much like Facebook had at one stage. Did you have a page that was called Maudlin?
As in modelling.
And it was just you in a field, like posing. Lots of people in Limerick would have a Maudlin, which is they got a digital camera and a pal, and they stood looking sad in like a housing estate, like
Ironically, modelling.
Maudlin. Did you do that? No.
I didn't do that.
Oh.
Although I look back and I really hope that Bebo has collapsed and that it's lost the world. I bet like MySpace was as well.
I didn't do. I had only had the friend of the guy from MySpace.
Tom.
I met in MySpace. Met one friend who was like, "Who the fuck's this guy?" And then like got out of there.
The less said about MySpace, the better. I think.
I was very slow because we.
Oh.
Well, I still am. We got internet very late in my house. I think I was in like S5 when we got internet.
Interesting.
That's not a negative stereotype of Ireland. It's just my household. So we had a dongle, and it was like I used to go to the internet cafe to go on Bebo once a week, and like, it was like admin. It was like just replying to comments and groups and stuff like that.
How many people are talking to you?
4.
Is the rest of your brothers all just checking?
Yes, me and my brothers and one man who groomed me.
Miss you.
Shout out to you, Christian.
Anyway, welcome back, everyone.
It's been a while, yeah. So just to clarify,
this is a Eurovision podcast.
This is a Eurovision podcast. It's not. It's boom bang a bang. We're still doing it, but we're off season.
It's bittersweet because off season means the pressure of keeping up with all the goings on, the drama, the nonsense is over. But it does mean that we are desperate.
We're clinging on.
We're clinging on to whatever Eurovision glory of yesteryear we can find.
Yes. Oh, we've got some tidbits, so don't worry.
Oh, don't you worry. So our plan for the next few months is to check in with each other, maybe once a month or so, with a wee themed episode. Today, that way we're keeping in touch because otherwise we never see each other.
We're treating each other like we're that one really elderly aunt that you have. Once a month, you send her a picture of your cat and she likes it. You go, okay, she's still alive. We had a neighbor years ago called Tess. She's definitely dead now. Good love her. She was very elderly, and we thought she died, and we rang the guards, and it turns out she was in Lanzarote. But she came back because her washing was up for like a week. It was like just tea towels and stuff. And we rang the guards and look, we're pretty sure she's a goner here. And we rang the guards. They found out she was on holidays, and she came the next time she was home with a cake going, "Thanks very much for thinking I was dead and for ringing the guards."
Well, at least you had her back.
We had her back.
Bless
And if you're
Tess.
still out there, Tessie, it would be great, but would be a big surprise because you were an elderly, frail woman. But this episode is being produced in memory of Tessie.
Pour one out for Tessie. Let's catch up. So some interesting news in the world of Eurovision, because although the competition, of course, finished in May, they're already gearing up for next year.
Yes.
That's very exciting. So Austrian broadcaster ORF, or ORF, has confirmed that the Eurovision Song Contest 2026 will take place on either the 12th, 14th, 16th of May or 19th, 21st, 23rd.
Okay.
It's more likely to be the former.
Yeah. Okay. I
So,
like that.
Put that in your diaries.
Yeah, absolutely. Get the calendar reminders on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Following cities have stated they're examining or will bid to host Eurovision: Graz, Innsbruck, Linz, St. Pölten, and a little place we like to call Vienna.
Wow. St. Pölten sounds like a happening town.
Yep. So Vienna obviously hosted last time.
Yes, of course.
So never say never, but it feels kind of.
It is
natural.
that case of a problem with the smaller nations, and I include Ireland, that where it's like you've only got a couple of cities. So
It's one thing for
infrastructurally speaking
in the UK to have. We mean Glasgow came very, very close.
Yeah.
Because that is the biggest city in the country, but then there's a big push within, say, the BBC to promote other cities. It's not always just London.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Innsbruck has the same.
Graz have a football team, so they've got a football stadium. I know that.
Really?
Sturm Graz is a football team. I'm pretty sure that's they're definitely a team. Whether that's them. So there is obviously Austria will be a bigger city than we think, bigger country than we think. But I imagine city-wise, infrastructure, tourism-wise,
I mean, look at
it's Vienna.
Basel. They managed to bring it together.
Absolutely. But if that was in another random Swiss town, can you name another one?
Yes, Linz.
Is that one of the Austrian towns?
Yeah, it was one of those. Oh, did you say? Oh, I wasn't listening properly.
Funky town.
Yeah, funky tune.
Funky tune.
So 14 countries have expressed their interest for participating already, which is of course is subject to change. So you've got your divas like Serbia, we've got Sweden, of course, Finland, surprisingly Spain.
Yeah.
They were talking the big talk, RTV, and
I think. On you go.
No, and they seem to be here now, and we've got likes of Luxembourg come back, which is fabulous. We always love to see Luxembourg now. Switzerland, Malta came back, which is interesting. But another broadcaster has stepped forward this week to raise concerns with the EBU regarding the voting system and Israel's participation in Eurovision. Can you guess who it is?
I actually don't know this. I'm going to say it's Australia?
It is Slovenia.
Okay.
Slovenia. So they have ultimately, it's the RTV SLO has stated they are prepared to withdraw from future editions of the contest if the EBU does not present concrete solutions to the issues raised this year.
I think that's what I would say. My little point on Spain was they need to show that they're willing to take part, to kind of put pressure. Like, we will say we're going, but we will pull out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What I mean?
Uh-huh.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
Fair play to Slovenia.
Yep, so they kind of join Spain, Iceland, Belgium, Finland, Ireland, Netherlands and Norway on kind of raising concerns about the kind of ethical elements of participating.
Was Slovenia Clement as well?
It certainly was.
Well, that might be a two-pronged sword. Or fork. That's how swords work. Swords shouldn't have prongs.
No,
but yeah, I think part of that is obviously the moral justification of it all, but also they've been bad. So that's right. They've got nothing to lose.
So that's a wee bit of kind of update about. Again, there's so little to speculate.
Yeah, I've got a little one. I can't remember his name. Well, what's his name? The guy who runs EBU, Martin.
Oh, Martin.
Martin. So he's Swedish. We're gonna call him Dundikirk.
This will probably be his last year, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's rumors, and there's certain he is in some kind of housing dispute in Sweden for what is traditionally his family home. I remember, and in court documents, he lives. I don't know where he lives. Switzerland, maybe. I don't know where he lives normally with his family. But there was some issue with it being like an abandoned house. You know, like there's no one living there.
He doesn't actually live there.
He's not living in the Swedish
Okay.
house just now for the last couple of years because of his job. And in a court case recently, he submitted a document and said, like, no, I'll be moving back there next year. Don't you worry.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm going back.
Right.
So people have picked that up in that. Whomever found that, by the way, whoever's trawling through the Swedish housing documents to find Eurovision gossip,
God bless you.
we salute you. And
You're doing the Lord's work.
You're doing the Lord's work. You're like, Joe, you ever see those like GeoGuessr? Do you know what GeoGuessr is?
No.
GeoGuessr is a wee game where you press like, put me somewhere, which is somewhere in the world on a Google map.
Yes.
So that's a competitive sport and people can guess like within like 5 miles of where they are. It's amazing.
That's incredible.
That level of like obsession, that's what this person had. But for Swedish housing court case documents. Amazing. So yeah, Martin had said, I'm going back.
I'll be back.
My contract's up. His contract's up as well.
And listen, he's had a rough couple of years of his own doing.
Yes, I was
largely.
like, with no sympathy.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
exactly. But I think that's a bit of fresh blood might be good. So in terms of, listen, Linz, I've last seen you, or I've seen you several times.
Yeah, we're friends.
Ultimately, seen you quite a lot, but we haven't talked about Mighty Hoopla. So what felt like 14,000 years ago, I was at Mighty Hoopla in London.
I forgot what that was.
Tremendous festival.
yeah.
Great fun. A surprising bout of Eurovision representation.
Was there?
There were not one but two winners, in fact.
Okay, let me guess. You had Linda Martin and you had Ruslana.
Oh, no. Had that been the case, I wouldn't have been here because I
Yeah.
would have killed myself because my life wouldn't have had it been any better after that.
Yeah.
No, unfortunately, Loreen
Oh, wow. Yeah. I think
and our namesake, Lulu.
was Lulu there?
And she even sang Boom Bang a Bang.
How'd it go down?
It was the Sunday, so I was there Saturday because I had to get back up for work on the Monday.
Yeah.
But people were very receptive to, that's Lulu. Safe hands.
Yeah.
She had 1,000 different accents.
She does wear those little white gloves in July, though.
Yeah. But ultimately, she went down a treat.
Yeah, that's quite nice,
She wore
though.
sunglasses throughout. Loreen, the same critique is always the case of she's a bit too abstract. We
Yeah.
love Loreen, but Diva, put down the knives.
Yeah,
Okay?
it's done now. It's been, what, 2 years now?
Yeah, you can't spend the whole time being like,
Like, in fairness, she's held onto that fringe a very long time as well.
yeah.
And she has the means of getting rid of it with her scissor
Totally.
fingers.
She's better with her hands.
Yeah, cutting bushes,
Mm-hmm.
making them into poodles.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that was lovely to see a bit of
Yeah, it's nice.
representation.
Yeah,
Not one, but two winners.
that's really good.
That was cute.
That's really good.
And in other news, Will Ferrell is bringing his beloved
Yes.
2020 Netflix movie Eurovision Song Contest, the story of Fire Saga, to the glittering stages of Broadway.
Absolutely. And Will, if you're ever interested in having a chat, just come along to Boom Bang a Bang's attic and we'll talk about all things.
He's too tall, he wouldn't fit in here. I've met him.
How tall is he?
I've met him.
Have you met him?
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you meet him?
At an Italian airport.
That's very vague. Sounds like you were in a hit job.
It was, what airport was it? They must have got to Genoa, because we love Genoa.
You love
It's
Jenna.
probably the whatever airport
Did you
flies
talk
to
to
Genoa.
him?
I did.
What'd you say?
Hello, Mr. Will Ferrell. He was very tall.
Was he taller than me?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
I'm not super tall. I'm tall, like.
Everyone's tall to me.
Yeah, it's true.
Everyone's told to me. So yeah, the guy who directed the Moulin Rouge musical, who won a
Okay.
Tony, he's actually in talks to. I think he is directing it. We are more than excited to bring Eurovision to Broadway. The stage musical is a perfect place to continue our celebration of all the things we love about this amazing and unifying song competition. Lol. But yeah, how do you feel about that?
Interested in conflict. Just I did know about it, but I haven't really contemplated it. And I guess part of me is like they'll have people playing Eurovision winners.
Oh yeah,
Singing the songs.
that's weird.
You know, they'll have a Lorraine, they'll have a whomever they want.
Lulu.
Lulu. They might have Swoop. What are they called?
What?
What are they called?
Scooch.
Scooch. Swoop. Swoop. That's the Dutch one.
Huh?
They might have a Sten, so whomever they get the cast, I think it's a funny dichotomy to go to Eurovision musical.
Yeah,
And
on
it'll
Broadway.
be quite ersatz, where it's like they're people playing the musicians that you know.
That is
But I think
mad.
it'll be good. I mean, it'll be good.
It's weird that it's jumping straight to Broadway and not starting in the West End.
Yeah.
That's
Which
that's
is
very
more target.
surprising.
Unless it's Will Ferrell flying the flag for Eurovision America. I wonder.
Well, they do broadcasts in America because I think Michelle Visage does the commentating.
Oh, does
At least
she?
used to. I don't know if she still does.
Right, okay. I didn't know.
it
It
must be
definitely is
through-
broadcast in America, yeah.
Maybe it's the BBC America or something.
Yes,
but
probably.
Yeah, very strange. And my last item of Eurovision news is that Jojo Siwa claims to want to compete in Eurovision on behalf
German?
of the UK.
UK.
Yeah, so last year, the Big Brother and Dance Mom star suggested that Eurovision was into the idea of her representing Poland.
It was a Poland.
But I remember that last year. And
Yeah.
Because for anyone who hasn't heard her speak, let alone sing, she sounds like you're throwing a knife into a blender.
Yeah.
She has the most upsetting voice to listen to.
Hello, everyone.
It's quite frightening. So when asked about the next year's contest, she responded, "Never got the phone call, babes. They got me all excited, and then they never called me. And honestly, I can't blame them. Listen, maybe I'll compete for England. Wouldn't that be a good time? Honestly, sign me up for Eurovision. And England are happy. Listen, you have her.
Take her, Jojo.
You take her.
What was the name of the main lady in Dance Moms?
Is
it Abby Lee Miller?
Abby Lee Miller.
Is she still alive?
I believe so.
Could she do Eurovision? That'd be good.
I mean,
have them together doing a duet like Brividi. If you don't,
and then went back away in the wheelchair.
Yeah. Brividi is a very famous. Came 4th or 5th possibly in its year. It's Mahmoud, who's a fantastic musician, and Blanco, who danced like a baby on stage, doing a duet. A little bit of queer bit, and even though Mahmoud is not out, he's
yet to officially ever state his
sexuality,
which is fine
because he says, "Why should I?" And totally understand that. But it's believed. Whereas Blanco is a heterosexual,
yeah,
and it was like a kind of a fervent kind of romantic duet, but they hated each other. So that would be the same as Jojo Siwa.
There was a really
and
hateful chemistry there.
Yeah, it was great.
For sure.
Loved it.
So how would you feel about Jojo Siwa representing the UK at Eurovision?
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. But you know,
if they were smart,
there's so many other BBC, sorry, not BBC, I beg your pardon, Big Brother contestants I'd like to see first. A Gemma Collins, a Galloway, doing a cat.
Gemma Collins can sing.
Can she?
She actually can
Go
sing.
for Gemma.
No. I think that's actually a fairly decent idea. See if the UK still had "Making Your Mind Up," which is also a song.
Yeah.
You better believe that Gemma Collins would be competing because Katie Price.
Yeah, she's nearly there. Katie Price might come back. She was Big Brother at one stage, wasn't she?
She was more I'm a Celebrity. She was on a couple of times.
Aye. And I would do George. Remember 2 years ago,
Galloway.
Gustav had the Voguer who was called Pussy, who had the cat's tail in the cat's ears. I'd have George Galloway doing a Vogue out
George Galloway.
as a cat. And I mean, I think it'd be quite a comeback if we had Kim Woodburn.
I was about to say quite a comeback for David Guest.
Imagine both of them just.
David's dead. I had to explain to my parents David's dead last week. We were watching. Okay, for full context, I went to my mum and dad's for a sleepover because I had to go round to their house because I was up early the next day for an event near their house, and it was quite nice. I'm a middle child. It's quite nice just having a bit of tension with the mum and dad. Just for Johnny.
I can imagine.
And my mum's like, "Oh, could we please watch the Liza Minnelli documentary? Have you already seen it?" I went, "I have already seen it. Let's watch it again." So major brownie points for reliving the Liza experience. But then naturally we start talking about David Guest, and then I went, "I mean, you remember the David's dead moment?" And they went, "Don't know what you're talking about." So I got the joy of telling them about David's dead for the first time.
That's one of the best pieces of television out there.
It
really is. I mean, genuinely.
It's like a Renaissance painting.
It's just, it's so dramatic. It's so tragic.
And Angie Bow has those little black ribbons in her hair.
For David. All the kind of random, that guy from X Factor.
Oh, Christopher Maloney.
Yeah, who's involved in it all. And no, go away. And they're all cross at her. And it's,
meanwhile, David Guest is asleep.
And he's waking up like a sleepy bear. Like, what's going on, everybody? He can't close his eyes. Well, he can now forever. When he slept, because he had so many facelifts, his eyes did not close fully.
And that's me. Actually, that would give the illusion of death, to be fair.
Yeah, just lying there.
Bless him.
Shout out to this is also, so it's
Tessie,
David Guest, and Kim Woodburn.
Okay, this is as of recording. This was maybe 3 or 4 days after Kim Woodburn's death. I am gutted.
Yeah,
I love Kim Woodburn.
As a person with a cod eye, I was honoured to have her in my alumni.
Yeah, she put the I in alumni.
She put it the wrong side though.
I love Kim Woodburn.
She was great.
Last year, Jimmy and I went as Kim and Aggie for Halloween, and
you did, of course,
as a prescient tribute to her. I love horrible girl.
What a life!
What a life! Very sad.
Very sad life.
Very
and she
sad life.
Great success to come from where she came from. So I mean that sincerely.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved watching Kim and Aggie when I was younger, and it would always cut to. She would always have a bit of a tidbit for like the teenage boy. At once it was Tammy Brown.
I was about to bring it up. So Tammy Brown is in one of my, I would say, top 3 favorite drag queens on Drag Race ever. And there's an episode in the American series where she's cleaning for some family, and Tammy Brown is there out of drag.
Yeah, it's a teenage child.
Not in the family.
I thought they were the son.
No, it's just here's our friend, Mr. Brown.
Oh, they must have adopted him or something like that.
Too old for adoption.
I loved what Kim, whenever she had a teenage boy, it was always about how good using like lemon juice was for cleaning sheets. It's like, use some lemon juice, darling. Some lemon juice. It's like, we know why you're telling them that.
Because lemons are delicious fruit.
Yes, absolutely. That's all it is.
And on that note, pour one out for Kim, for David, for Tessie, and let's bring our theme for today.
Yes. So none of what we've said is related to this week's episode.
No.
This week's episode is
the ones that got away.
Yes.
Our focus today is celebrating our favourite runners-up in the contest, the best of the second best.
We just feel they need their flowers. Some of them were very, very close to being the winners.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are the winners in our heart.
Mm.
And it's nice to spend some time just reliving the almost what their life would be. You know?
Oh, I'm always curious to know, would this succeed in present day Eurovision? Because a couple of the ones I've thought about definitely would not, and a couple of them might.
Yes, no, I think you're totally right. I think some of them would either just get lost in the middle, but some of them will be real standouts.
I guess before we start, I have to maybe clarify, what do you think makes a winner?
A winner, it's the tightrope walk done well. I think you need to have a hint of artsiness.
Mm-hmm.
We see that with JJ, we see that with Nemo.
Mm-hmm.
A hint of the art consideration of this, like the musicality side of things. So the jury gets you on board, but you need to be memorable within the first 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So, they have a lovely strong voice. You're Nemo and you're JJ.
Famously, Loreen started with Tattoo. Actually, also, Euphoria in Tattoo, with that kind of the noise, like, changes everything.
Yeah.
And it feels like a fresh start. Whatever you've listened to before, this is something brand new.
Yeah.
And the rest is history. So I think you're right. There has to be a sense of vision. It also has to be a cracking song.
Yeah. It has to be done well, performed well. You have to look like you're really in it.
Yeah.
I really like this is a Italy, Mergoni. He's got someone who had the performance but not the song and the staging. I listened back to that just today in the car. And I was like,
sorry?
Mergoni? Was that his name? Is he not the president? That's the president of Italy, isn't it? What's the name of the guy with lovely Due Vite, lovely arms?
Oh, I loved him.
Marco Mergoni. Yeah, this guy. So he performed the socks out of it, and the song
and the sleeves,
and the sleeves were gone.
Mm-hmm.
But his staging was shocking, and that guy costume actually being
that was the boingy boingy
bouncy boys.
Yeah,
the bouncy boys.
Boingy,
what I call
boingy.
it. He had guys on doing a trampoline performance piece behind him, and the intention was to be artsy. And it failed.
Yeah, it has to have a real sense of intention,
clear vision, as you said. Yeah.
So we are going to present to each other, and we don't know the ins and outs of who we've chosen. We've kept it a little bit vague as to some of the people we consider to be the ones that got away.
Yes.
And for context, we will not be showing the clips.
Yes. You're not getting us this time, Spotify.
No. We are cautious about getting sued.
We are at that stage of you wouldn't pirate or steal a car.
We absolutely would.
You wouldn't play a song out of appreciation from YouTube.
No.
Because we make no money from this.
No.
None.
No,
we are in the hole like a rabbit with ears.
And no money.
No money.
So, do you want to go first?
Yes. So, I'm going to announce my first one. There's no particular order for mine. But since I mentioned him briefly, I'm going to bring him back to the stage. And it's a little man in a red shirt named Mahmood.
Fabulous. So you know what to do. We'll pause here.
Yes.
You can go away, listen to it.
It's called Mahmood Saldi.
Welcome back.
Hi.
We're also going to do a bit where you're going to sing the song and see how it sounds. So for the listener, what does the song go like?
We doing it together?
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Saldi, Saldi. Did you like that? Did you think you were having a stroke?
Yeah. But what a banger!
What a song!
What a banger!
What a song!
And handsome boy.
Handsome boy. He knows what he's got. and he's got a lot of it. He is very talented. He is Sardinian, so he's a wee quirky guy, and he's kind of at national identity and stuff like that. He's very, very talented. He is getting big. Watch this space. America, he's been floating around in. He's getting a few tracks. He's got some really good songs. Barrio, do you know Barrio? He's
no.
a guy who I went to school with. Barrio loves his music. Barrio's a great tune.
Have you seen that random? I don't know what the campaign was for, but it was a Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yes,
within the last few months.
Yeah, and it was one of him with Sabrina Carpenter and Central C as well.
That's somebody I would definitely know. Central C,
he brings out a 3DS from his pocket to play it while talking to the two of them. So he's very fashionable. He is a 2-time performer, 2-time top 5, I think. With Soldi, which is a fantastic song, really distinct voice, and I love it. He brought a lot of cool and a lot of vision. As we said, it's a very cool guy.
Totally.
Brividi, again, close, but Soldi has a lot of swagger.
I mean, the winner of that year, I believe, was it Duncan Lawrence?
Yes.
Yeah. I think Duncan Lawrence came out with this beautiful ballad, and he has his own interesting story, great singer, and it's been a while since we'd had maybe something as maybe straightforward as that. And I'd say that 2 years previously we'd had Portugal.
But but there's no different wheelhouse.
There's no denying that Arcade is a beautiful ballad. But you're right, I think Soldi is inventive and unlike anything that had really been seen before.
Possibly the only song in Eurovision history that has the word, a reference to Jackie Chan, I would imagine.
You're right.
I could be wrong.
You never know.
I could be right. And Mahmoud is someone who's a lover of Eurovision. He's come back once. He did try last year with Two to Gold, which I love. That's one of my favorites.
That's really good.
That'll be my Spotify rap this year. It's a really good song.
And that shows you the caliber of Sanremo that year, where that wasn't even my favorite song that year. And it was still a cracker.
It. And I think it could have done... That was Mango's year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to say it's a nearly winner. It was a very strong... That's your Spirit in the Sky year. It was a very strong year of Eurovision. And he was second by a good distance. I can't remember the points right now. But I just love that he came out... I think it was. Did he have backing dancers? I can't even remember. He had a very, very rigid red shirt with gold leaf on it, pants chains like he was going to a Korn concert, a nice fresh trim, and it was just shoulder swagger. It was an amazing song to bring performance and a worthy winner. But someone
could have been,
he's a real, as we said, like nearly what we could have had. Could have had it. What he seems to be someone who could have your. Not Celine trajectory, but will become a worldwide star trajectory, and he's a second placer, which is a shame.
I also like it in Eurovision when there's a song that people clap along to.
Yes.
Or there's a bit of audience participation. I do quite like that, and it's not as if he would have designed it like that. Yeah. It's something that's kind of
organic,
created.
Johnny loved the Magic Teapot as a child as well. So it's not...
the Magic Teapot.
What's it called? The Red Teapot?
The Singing Kettle.
Whatever. I wasn't from this country, man.
The Magic Teapot.
What? So how wrong am I? You're like, how dare you?
To be fair, I did love the Singing Kettle.
Yeah, of course you did. You love clapping and stuff like that.
Spout, handle, lid of metal. What's inside the singing kettle?
Teapot.
Oh no, we'll get sued by Singing Kettle.
Oh, they're gonna get us. Actually, there's a guest for the show if we can get him on. That'd be good.
Don't even.
Tenuous link to Eurovision.
I would die.
Would you do it? That's the one question you could do.
Yeah, I would die. I've been to Singing Kettle. I want to say one of my cousins was on one of the videos. I think my cousin Rosanna might have been on the video.
Oh wow.
Or was that maybe somebody else? Any second person you speak to from Glasgow at some point was either at the Singing Kettle or was on the video.
Kids were brought on stage to perform and stuff. For the Irish listeners out there and for the one Japanese lad who tunes in every week for some mental reason, the Singing Kettle is a big red teapot. And it's a married couple.
It's a family. So I think they've retired now. It's amazing troupe. They would go around it started off in schools, I think, and then it became a kind of a cultural phenomenon in Scotland where we kids would go and they sing songs with Lollipop Ladies and stuff. Yeah. It is charming, and everybody loves Singing Kettle.
Nothing says Scottish education like play with hot water.
Is there an Irish equivalent?
With the Morbegs. Traveling around Ireland, possibly not. Morbegs was a TV show with a kind of similar energy. There were two giant monsters who were exiled from their plane of existence and were trying to get back. But to get back, they had to save what was called the growing tree, and did that through learning Irish and singing songs. And Tommy Tiernan was on it.
That's nice.
The Morbegs. are a real cultural anomaly for me because it's like we had money, we didn't know what to do with it. But they wore waistcoats, they wore spangly waistcoats, but no trousers.
Like Pooh Bear.
Like Pooh Bear going to a wedding. So if you could see a Morbeg right now, and Morbeg, I think Moor is big. Moor is Irish for big. Beg possibly could be bug, which is soft. So the big softies is what I think.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, which is nice. But it was Mora and Rossi or something like that. I can't remember.
It was Scylla and Archie.
That's terrible.
They're the singing kettle.
Charlatans.
I think
but yeah, so Mahmood would have loved both of those, the Morbegs and the singing kettle.
Yep, he loved the singing kettle.
Oh, he loves it. The clap. He loves the clap. But yeah, so shout out to Mahmood.
Well, a valid one that got away.
Yeah, I think so. He's probably my favorite. He's my most listened of my three I've picked. He's the one I listen to the most.
Nice.
Yeah. How about you?
I'm going to take us all the way back to 1983. You might remember that this was the year that our beloved Niamh Kavanagh won.
Great singer.
What a lady.
What a lady.
But
diva.
For first place, there has to be a second. And this lady was called Sonia. Are you familiar with Sonia?
I've heard of her. I mean, who hasn't?
Quite honestly, America, because she went on Reborn in the USA. Did you ever watch that show?
Oh, that was it with Tony Hadley.
Yeah.
And Dollar were on it.
Oh, and they had a big falling out.
They had a big fight. Yeah.
Because she was about to. They were in the bottom one episode, and she was like, "I'm away, I'm going home." And they were like, "Well, this is clearly just a publicity stunt, so she gets more votes."
Just to be clear, we have so Reborn in the USA was they put loads of like has-been 80s pop singers on a bus from UK pop singers on a bus and sent them to America to recreate their careers.
Also, Eurovision alumni Gina G.
Was she on that? Oh, God love her.
Yeah.
What a spiral.
That's what the G's for.
Yeah, for God damn it, I'm broke.
God love her. Yes, so Sonia participated for the UK with the song Better the Devil You Know, not to be confused with the Kylie classic, of course. Sonia had already had a bit of success, so she had number one to her name at that point.
Fun fact.
You produced me a fun fact I already knew, but what was your fun fact?
She was the youngest person ever to be number one at the time. She was a very sprig of an 18-year-old at the time when she got number one. Which has been usurped since.
Yeah. So she sang. This is the point when like they would choose a singer and they would do like loads of songs and there would be a national selection to pick like of that one.
Oh,
so
wow!
This was like it was for the second year running. It was nationwide telephone vote, and she won with "Better the Devil You Know" over 156,000 votes.
Wow!
Twice as many as the second place entry to participate in Mill Street in Ireland.
I love it.
Yes, so she famously lost to Niamh Kavanagh by 23 points. We're going to pause and you're going to listen to Better Devil You Know by Sonia, not Kylie. Oh, wasn't that nice?
Loved it.
Oh.
Not as good as Niamh.
No, never as good as Niamh.
Never good as Niamh.
So should we give it a sing?
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
The bell you know, do the bell you know. And it's pretty much just that for the entire song.
Yeah, she's not well. It's a great song. It's a wee little jitty. If you'd watched the Liverpool Eurovision, she appeared, and I loved it. And I loved it for all the right reasons, because there's nothing an Irish person loves more than winning than beating an English person. And we did that. And if the Liverpool, they built her up so well, as deserved. She's a great star, but they built her up that she just lost out. And they had all the flowers for Sonia.
23 votes is...
You can't get that in one vote, you know?
Yeah.
They came down to one vote. No, it didn't. But they had all this come out, and there was a big build up for Sonia. She came out and did her song. She wasn't, whatever. And then it was like how big a deal it was to have Sonia there, and Niamh Kavanagh was doing the televote for Ireland. And when I say she was obviously watching it, going, "Why is she getting the flowers when I'm the winner?" And they cut to Niamh, and she's like, "Oh, you've done a great show, and it was so lovely to see my old friend Sonia." Like, yes, Niamh, loved
Redheaded
it so
divas.
much. She's a fearsome woman. Don't cross
Both
Niamh Kavanagh.
redheaded divas. That I do love it. It's so silly. The lyrics, they're not the most inspired lyrics. The chorus is literally, "Better the devil you know than the devil you don't. I'll give you my heart and my soul if you give me your love. Better the devil you know than the devil you don't.
Sounds like a phone call to your dad, and he's going,
No,
not listening. Like,
there's a real kind of DuckTales vibe to it though. It's really bouncy.
I get that. I get that.
Very DuckTales. I love the video for it. She is so beautiful. She's got long red hair. She's dressed like a grape. It's this like big like purple jumpsuit. It's just so camp, and she's
Very camp.
a good singer.
Good singer.
Really good.
Good ally. Blackpool regular, I think.
Yes. And she was in the jury for your song the other year.
She was a couple of years
for
ago.
Bambi.
She did not know what was going on. She was being very diplomatic. Where she said, I loved it to everything, even like the one mute boy who played the drums. She was like, I loved it.
Yeah. Star in the making. No, she's a diva. Any of the year this would have done really well, but I think because Niamh Kavanagh A has the voice, but B, the song is so much more compelling.
Yeah,
it is a beautiful song.
It was my first song, as in my first dance with my wife.
Very lovely song.
It's a great song. It's a great, I love the way we're like, oh, Sonia's a nearly winner. Niamh's great though. But yeah, Sonia was brilliant.
And you know that in any gay bar, they will be flocking to her. They would be, it's like honey and flies. You know?
Italian as well. But it looks like Johnny's doing the little like fettuccine hands.
Yeah.
I call them.
She's a queen. And I loved how active she was in 2023 in Liverpool. There was a contest if you bumped into Sonia and whatever, you'd get a free ticket and stuff. So obviously I was gutted that Glasgow couldn't host, but I liked that Liverpool really leaned into the likes of Sonia, Atomic Kitten.
I'd say
I thought it was really good fun.
I'd say that Greg she worked in was inundated.
Bless her. Oh, Sonia. So they better definitely know a big hit. Actually, it wasn't even that big a hit. It was 15 in the charts. But ultimately, we love
woman.
it. And she seems like a lovely gal. And Sonia, if you're ever free,
Listen,
join us.
If the shift's align and you're not slinging them sausage rolls, come on over, honey.
Quite honestly, if you've ever seen Eurovision, if you want to come on the pod, we'll have you.
We'll have anyone. If you've passed and at Scrabble, you put the word Eurovision on.
Do you know who I bet has crossed paths with Sonia? Bella Houston. I bet.
Of course she
I
has.
will text Bella
right now.
She doesn't have a phone.
I'm here with her now.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get onto the old telegram. Like,
Morse code
to Bella, because that's how she communicates. But I bet she's had a run-in with the Sonia, I'm sure.
With Sonia.
Beef. Oof. So that's my first pick. What about your second pick? What's your second place?
Your eyes are up there, but I can't stop staring at your shirt for one very good reason. And that's the 2 stars there for World Cups. But no, it is... I can't remember her first name. Is it Bernadette? It's not Bernadette.
Barbara.
Bernadette's her Irish cousin. Bernadette. Instead of voila, it's now. So Barbara Parvy?
Barbara, please.
Barbara, please. With voila, a couple of years ago was our runner-up.
Oh, yes.
One of the Frenchest things you possibly can have.
Doesn't get much more French than this.
With the hair of
Mark's brother,
a Greek toddler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good song. Very hard, crunchy consonants.
But don't take our word for it.
Yeah.
Have a little watch. Oh, those consonants were crunchy.
I can't do them, but we're going to do the chorus together just now.
Okay.
But you can actually speak French.
Yeah, but I haven't learned the words.
Don't know the words.
Okay.
So you've got to do the French sounds because mine will be xenophobic.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Voilà, 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 le virage vu, This is so offensive. Cut this. No,
it's fine. I'm wearing a France 98 t-shirt.
Yes, and I'm wearing a Paisley pattern, which is probably fine, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's something. It's a lovely song, simple staging, just a lady. Again, with a nice waistcoat like a Moorbag, and a mic and a single spotlight. Lots of arms, lots of Frenchness,
passion. I love passion. A chanson. That's the thing. The French do it, and this year was no different. With Maman.
Yes,
there was some. I think there's something very powerful about that very specific type of French song.
Yeah, absolutely agree. And there was some lovely camera work. It did try and be I don't think it's a one shot, but there's definitely if you go back, if you've just watched it, obviously there is a camera effect at the voila, the big crescendo at the end. It has a bit of a frenetic energy to it, which is great. I don't know if it's been like stop motion or shutter affected.
Stop motion?
Like it's like lots of so it's strobe lighty almost at one part. Really, really good. She has grown her hair out, thank goodness. But a great voice. Wait, did she come second? She did. Yeah, I panicked for a second and thought she hadn't.
No, she was definitely second.
It wasn't Gijan's Tears.
No, it was third.
That came beautiful.
Because remember, it was the big shock was the public vote.
Yeah. Panic for a second. I was like, that's one. So obviously lost out to Kalush Orchestra, who had which is a fantastic song. Am I getting my years wrong?
Yeah.
Am I?
It was Italy.
It was Italy. Okay.
Either
Either way,
Måneskin.
doesn't change my.
I remember the rock and roll will never die.
Yes. Have you heard his new song, Damiano David?
No, has he got severed ties with Måneskin?
I think it's a hiatus, possibly. I don't know what's going on. But the song is terrible.
Oh no, really?
Very bad. It's very poppy. Like it feels like he's too old to be making the music he's making, even though he's like a young, trendy guy. It's really.
That's
it's
a shame.
like, I'm on the drugs, but you're better than this. Again, I'm going to be xenophobic to all European countries. But it's very poor. I can't remember what it's called, but it's not good. But I lost the Måneskin, I beg your pardon, not Kalush Orchestra.
Well, and if you mentioned Måneskin, and at the time I really did not feel them. I was not on board with them,
No,
and
you
for
weren't.
quite a long time I wasn't. But they did seem like game changers.
Yeah.
And if we're looking at that kind of the rules of what makes a winner, of really shaking things up with vision.
Yes.
And a song that is good. I have to admit, there are better songs that year than
I think
Sweetie
Voilà's a
Bonnie,
better song.
which is a really good song, a really good fun. But I think that they brought an extra element and extra energy that Barbara,
that USP.
Bernadette didn't have.
Yeah, Bernadette. God love her. God bless us and save her. But I like it. It had that vision. It had that clarity. I loved her performance. What it had, which France kind of get away with, where they can lean into their Frenchness.
Mm-hmm.
People love it. People love France.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's like watching Amelie. You like the Frenchness of it. You know.
Yeah.
So having that like uber Frenchness, people like if Ireland were to do that, it would just be like it'd be someone like me playing the Bowron, talking about like the boats being dead and the spuds being rotten, and it wouldn't get away with the same way. You know what I mean? Whereas with France, they can really lean into the kind of overly romanticized epic stuff, and it just works.
Well, would you say that someone like Emer Quinn was the closest winner to kind of serving that kind of connection?
Aspect of Irishness? Absolutely, I would agree with that. I think she definitely did. It was a Celtic kind of vibe to it. She had a really good voice, obviously, stunning voice.
The voice.
I think of other nations that have done it to that effect to win
and to win as well. Yeah, it's very stylistic, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's leaning into your tropes in the right way.
I would say something like Schlager. Like you've got lots of Swedish entries that have done the Schlager style that have done really well.
Yeah.
Even I always think that's why I love Charlotte Perrelli. I love Charlotte Perrelli for several reasons.
Yeah.
But Take Me to Your Heaven is just a very, very late 90s disco Schlager.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Totally true.
I love her.
Interesting.
Well, a good choice there.
Thank you so much.
Merci.
De nada.
Thank you for that. I'm going to jump across the continent here and I'm going to go to Ukraine. But what do you think? Go back to, because I've had a couple of second places. What second place do you think I'm going to mention?
Well, I know that if this was a couple of years ago, Shady Lady would have been there.
Had this been 3 or 4 years ago,
and she had not
Shady
been an
Lady
awful person.
had not actually been a shady lady.
Yeah.
You can look it up. I feel like Madonna. Do you remember when reductive? What does that mean? Look it up. Yeah, she was the ultimate shady lady. So nah, I'm afraid not.
She's not made the cut.
No, I made the cut.
Other Ukraine runners up.
Here's a clue. I'm silver and I'm like 8 feet tall and I've got a huge set of bosoms.
Of course. Johnny Logan. And Verka.
Oh, big Verka Serduchka. What a queen. What a queen.
Verka, if you don't know, she had a good traction off that. She was in that movie Spy.
Yeah. She was in The Killing Eve. Or the song was, at least.
Yes, no, I think she was.
Yeah.
She killed Eve.
Yeah.
Big star.
With her big bosoms.
Yeah, just suffocated her.
Yep. So in 1990, Andrei Danilko began to create the character of Verka Serduchka, a flamboyant middle-aged woman from a rural family working as a railroad sleeping car attendant. It's unclear if that's Verka, the character, or if that's, Andrei Danilko. But yes, she is a big kind of cultural icon. Don't get me wrong, her presence at Eurovision was certainly controversial.
Absolutely.
Because we don't have to talk much about how, drag queen culture and LGBT culture is obviously frowned upon in a lot of Eastern European countries. But ironically, Andrew is actually heterosexual. Like, it's just,
Are they?
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's just a big. It's like Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah.
Actually, ironically, because I always think that it looks like if Mrs. Doubtfire was sent to like look after a family in space.
Yeah, it's very silver.
Yeah.
69 embezzled on their back of their jacket.
Yeah.
It's a great song. What's it even called?
It's called oh wait, Lasha Tumbai.
Is it called Lasha Tumbai?
Dancing Lasha Tumbai, which they had to call that because
we're going to get into that in a wee second.
And if for some reason you've never seen this before, take a moment just now, and then we'll see you on the other side.
Recognize it?
Yeah,
you do, because when you look up like Eurovision or like whatever, Verk is very often the act people show. Like, look how crazy this show is.
If you had to show a Martian, this is what Eurovision is. This is what you would show them.
I didn't know Verka. Like, oh, she lives up
we
the
know
road.
Verka.
We know Verka. She smells.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Yeah. Great song, good fun. I love how she spanks her backing singer every time she passes her.
Oh, yeah.
Which is really, really funny in a consensual way.
Yes. So the invented words Lasha Tumbai caused some controversy after the performance, as many people noted this phrase's similarity to Russia Goodbye.
Will we sing it? That's a little singy bit.
Oh, yeah, sure. I want to see. I want to see. I want to see. And then we'll go forward.
I like it.
Oh, yes. I want to see Lasha Tumbai. And it sounds a little bit like Russia Goodbye.
Yes.
And it is not, allegedly. So he claimed that Lasha Tumbai was the Mongolian expression for whipped cream. Which was swiftly debunked by the Mongolian embassy.
They're like, no, it's not. And like when you listen to it live, there is in the best way possible is a hard R. There is Russia Tumbai, and it's absolutely fair play. That's what you want from a drag act as well. You want those little boundary pushing little buttons. Camp, little silly. Love it.
Pushing buttons. So at the close of voting, Dancing Lasha Tumbai received 235 points, finished runner up to Serbia's Molitva by Maria Serovic, but has remained a Eurovision icon.
Yeah, absolutely. They very often judge Vidbeer.
Like every year now, yeah.
They are brutal.
Savage, absolutely
ripping
savage.
People apart.
Yeah.
Even I remember 2 years ago watching when Aloni Loni and Jerry Heil won. He was like, I don't really like the religious element. I think that'll be actually quite divisive. From this drag queen act, he was saying, I want to see Russia Goodbye when Russia was still competing, which I love. But like, I don't think it's going to work. It's like, it's the best song by a mile. You know, they were savage.
Yeah, Guardian named Dancing Lasha Tumbai as the best song to never win Eurovision.
Did they?
Do you agree?
Best song to never win. Of this collection we have, it's the most deserving winner. I think it does a lot for the Eurovision brand.
Yeah, I think it set the bar very high for that type of song. For example, would you have Cha Cha Cha? Would you have what was this year's? I feel it was the equivalent this year that was kind of silly. Ich komme, really. Like, it's
Barabadabastu.
Barabadabastu. I think the novelty meeting a good song had never been met to that extent before, which is maybe why it did so well. And ultimately, I quote, "Okay, happy end."
You do, you really do.
Every day.
I love it. It's a great song.
Okay,
it's got that. It's artsy. It's got a little bit of a message, but it's got that earwormy thing that songs need. Just the frenetic energy. And again, Goa in a different element had that with Shum as well, which is probably one of my favorite Ukrainian songs.
Yeah.
But not the Eurovision entry. The original version of it is so much better.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think it would have been practical to perform it live, so they changed it a little bit in terms of the speed. It's on Spotify. It has the Ukrainian alphabet as the song title, so maybe it doesn't come up. But I will send it to you. So
see, when I listen to this, I'll pause it and then I'll go away.
It looks like a WYM for Shum, but the W is like a inverted E. It's very flat. Then it's a Y and an M, and I think it's a better version of the song. It's got all the same elements, but it's just a better put together piece. But I don't think it would have worked on stage.
No.
The YouTube music video, if you go and it's like a guy dancing in a hazmat suit, and it gets more and more hazmat suit dancers. It's that version.
Okay.
So good. Love it.
I'll look it up.
They didn't come second, did they?
No.
Otherwise, they'd be right
I don't think they even came top 5.
They didn't. Top 10, surely. But
again, Go is another example of bangers that not everything can be top 5.
No, not everything.
And that was a strong year. That was
strong year. It was good and bad.
Italy,
it was bangers and mash.
Was that
that was the bad of the year.
Turin?
Yeah.
Turin was a really strong year. you know, and is it 2022? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
We could be wrong about this. And the people in the comments going, hey, it was Istanbul in 97.
It was 2022.
Yes.
And I think that's one of the strongest years of the last maybe decade.
That had a lot of traction for like public interest because it was so good.
Yeah, and also it was the first post-COVID year, right?
So it was. Yeah.
There was a lot of riding on it, and there was like, you had like Cornelia Jacobs, you had Slow-Mo. That was like strong year.
Cornelia.
Big corny.
Have a pint
Corny
on
Collins.
Me. Yeah. Johnny, I need to be honest with you. We had I swithered and dithered on my top 3. Can you tell me who my third one was? I can't remember my final draft. Do you have it there on your screen?
I don't. We can talk about mine in the meantime.
Do yours there.
Yeah.
Yeah. On you go.
We're gonna cross continent, over the ocean. Nobody walked past there. And we're gonna go to Australia for their their best performing song at the contest.
Yeah.
And it is "Sound of Silence" by Dami M.
What a song.
Or Demi. Or Demi.
Sure, whatever you're having yourself.
Demi. She is a fabulous singer. Her story is quite a remarkable transformation for sure. So she was South Korean born, grew up in Australia, piano prodigy, and she won the X Factor in Australia in 2013.
Did she?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
So she had quite a fairly successful career in Australia before, and many people have competed in Idol or X Factor and competed in Eurovision, notably someone like Loreen. I know a lot of the contestants from some of the Asian adjacent European countries do kind of a equivalent.
Okay.
Actually, a lot of them, I think, one country, their prize is competing at Eurovision.
Yeah.
And for like their X Factor or their Idol, but I can't remember which country it is. But yeah, so that is Demi's.
Jamie.
So she was the top scorer in her semi-final with 330 points. And then she won the jury vote, taking second place overall. So pause and go and listen to "The Sound of Silence" by Demi M. And we'll see you in a wee second. Where have you been?
You weren't watching that. You were on your phone looking at Instagram reels of cats, turtles, and people with funny accents. How dare you?
Cats, turtles. But yeah, welcome back, everybody. Great to see you again. What I think she is fabulous.
She could have stood up, couldn't she?
She is. Oh, there was a moment I was rewatching it. I'm like, when are you going to stand up? You just look like a wee puppet.
Yeah, she's tiny as well.
You know she's the size of a shoebox.
Yeah. Or is what Johnny calls her, a giant.
Yeah, she's a giant to me.
But yeah, what a voice. She wasn't the first Australian, but she was the first.
No, the first one was Guy Sebastian.
Yes, she was the first. Even though there was some really good acts previous to her, you were like, oh, they actually are here to play. And obviously they've not really matched.
It's a
that
shame
since.
because we've talked about this before, how Australia does produce bangers. Maybe like every other year.
Yeah.
We've talked a lot
Fleetwood
about
Mac and the Janets.
Oh, that one was awful. Electric Dreams, Electric Fields.
Sure, either way.
Oh, grim. But then you've had Jessica Mowboy, who was amazing, great singer.
Yeah.
Who was the guy with the Sheldon Riley?
Sheldon Cooper.
That's
the guy from
Sheldon,
Big Bang Theory.
Young.
Sheldon, something. He was great.
Yeah,
Loved
but
him.
then didn't get much traction on the night.
No.
Compare that to Voyager, who I've just done their first concert for quite a while recently.
Oh, that's great to
I think
hear.
your man's up and running again.
Oh, amazing.
Because he had
That's
cancer.
He wasn't well.
Bless him.
Cancelled his gig in Slay. I remember I had tickets for it. So they come on over and we'll have you here for your watch along. That'd be great.
Consider this an invitation, a prestigious invitation. We don't just give them out to anybody.
We've handed out 4 this episode.
It's also to just regular people.
One of those invitations was to anyone.
Anyone who's ever seen Eurovision. So I just think the song is amazing. There's I have no notes. She's an angel.
Proper voice, proper confidence. There's one with the vision is lovely lady sitting on a chair.
Oh, but then she also touches like buttons.
Oh, she does, of course, and that's terribly done.
I do like as well. There's trying to feel your love through FaceTime. I feel like FaceTime doesn't get enough shine at Eurovision. It's like FaceTime.
We know what you're doing.
FaceTime.
Yeah.
Pressing buttons and that.
Beep boop boop boop.
Beep boop boop.
Great voice. I would say that lost out to what again? Can you remind me?
Jamala.
Yeah, I mean.
So I think this is a great example of this song should have won. I think this is the kind of song that I think deserved to win outright.
Yeah.
Jamala's song is very important. The story of it is really, really significant, and it's a lot about history and family, generational trauma. But this is like I think a better song.
I think it goes back to that point I made about that kind of artistic intention.
Yeah. And the other one has artistic vision out the wazoo.
Yeah, whereas the Australian song is essentially like
An earworm.
Earworm, but it's about like Skyping and you've not got a service. I keep on calling. It's not working, and I see you through FaceTime, and when it's not working, when
you saw me on the train today, I couldn't get my.
You looked like a frozen Skype character.
Yeah, and I couldn't get my. There was no signal at Cross Hill, so I couldn't get my wee code up, and
of course,
I felt like Demian. I was tiny.
You were tiny, belting out a song.
When did she ever come back?
She did some promo with Gojo this year.
Really?
So a reel of them singing each other's feet, going, "Oh, you're you, and you're you," and they were hugging and dancing.
That's
and
nice.
They danced each other's songs. It was nice. He did it with some other people as well. I can't remember who else.
He did that. He did a lot of groundwork. That's part of the reason why I was so sad he didn't get through, because he put a
lot of groundwork for F all.
Yeah.
For a milkshake.
He did a shift with that promo.
Yeah, he really did. He put a lot of work in. Let down in the night. Another time we'll discuss
you will
that.
Have embalmer's makeup on.
Yeah. Always Sunny Day and DeVito comes to mind.
Oh my god, the pageant! I love magic's in the air. I love that episode.
So good.
Oh, it's so brilliant.
Yeah. I've remembered my last one.
Oh, let's hear it.
I'm a silly goose because I've got notes on it. It's the Common Linnets.
Oh, yes. Netherlands.
Calm After the Storm. So you've done our thing. Thinking about you
and the calm after the storm. So if that wasn't enough for you, go away and listen to it.
Are you
Not a
chilled
dry
out?
eye in the house.
It's a wee ASMR feel to it.
Cowboy
It's basically
hats.
this podcast. It's two people staring at each other and just talking shit.
Vibing.
It's a lovely little song. It was a massive hit.
Mm-hmm.
I think it broke the UK top 10.
Really?
Yeah. And it was like in the top 10 in numerous countries out with Europe and stuff.
Wow.
Had a wee traction in America in the country scene.
I bet.
It's a very interesting band. The band was set up on the proviso that this would be like a movable feast.
It's a sessions band, really.
Yeah, so they were always agreed. I think the lead singer, who actually is at the moment not in the band, I just Googled it. They have an American guy who's the lead singer just now. So it's that movable. Even like the arrogant front man is even like, I'm out for a while. He's doing solo stuff. But so it's a movable session band. It's a lovely duet. So simple,
It's just beautiful.
beautiful.
Just straightforward, simple. And again, country doesn't really appear that much at Eurovision.
No, it doesn't.
Really?
There was that country song a few years ago. It was like
The Iceland Girls.
Iceland Girls,
Sister. I love them.
Shout out J.K. Rowling's favorite band for like massive trans supporters. She's like, I love this, women being women, and they've got like trans flags on the stage. But there was another one. It was called like it was like Austria or it could have been actually Holland, and it was like called like the Dutch Cowboy was the name of the song. It was a terrible song.
It was
Balkan
Turin,
Cowboy?
and it was Turin. He had a kind of a khaki.
No, that was Estonia. That was High Hopes. Hope. There was another one. It's like one of those famous like kind of people. He's got a proper country song voice. It's called like the Balkan Cowboy or something like that.
I feel like Mons, the beginning of it is very kind of country, isn't it? And of course it goes into like Scandi pop. Yeah. But country appears once in the blue moon in Eurovision.
Sometimes to really bad effect, sometimes to really good effect. I think Common Linnets are the.
That's it, because it's a great song.
And I know, I mean, their country twang is good. It works, and there's a duet about being lovelorn and lament and sad is perfect for country.
Yep.
Sometimes I try, because Eurovision is an upbeat show, peace and love, peace, peace. People do like happy country songs and they don't work.
Nah.
So this kind of like, we've had a fight and we're kind of recovering over it. It's a perfect premise for a country song.
Yep. And the staging's really effective as well.
Yes.
That's the one with the road, right?
Yes, there's a road behind them. There's like a long, winding, like Lonesome Highway, David Lynch vibe. And then it's just the two of them with like the microphones are super close to each other and they're just singing and vibing.
It's fab.
It's a beautiful song.
Yeah. What won that year then?
I'm trying to remember.
So that's what, 2018?
No, it wasn't 2018. It was 2014. It was beaten by, I just checked it there, a little person called Conchita.
Oh, okay. I mean,
it's going to lose to Conchita.
Yeah.
I think most songs.
It's so funny. The more people I speak to who do not live for Conchita.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
like
wild.
I was in the car with Jimmy recently, and it was like driving home, and we got a shared playlist, has a lot of Eurovision on it.
Yeah.
That came on. Skip. I went,
oh, it's a good tune.
In my car.
James Bond vibes.
In Maxine. As
in that
if.
scene. Yes, just to clarify, his vehicle is called Maxine Carr.
I mean, we'll come back to her later.
Yeah, known child murder associate.
Less on that later.
Yeah.
So, if Conchita's Competiverse.
So great song. Any other year, and that's another one. So I think Danny M is absolutely could have won, should have won possibly. Common Linnets is in any other year.
Yeah,
they'd have
also
actually done so well.
Conchita is such an ambassador for Eurovision.
Yeah,
that the Common Linnets, ironically, are too common. Like, who are they?
Yeah, who are they? They don't have that branding that because it's a band that changes members all the time.
Which is quite interesting, but who are going to get to represent
as a pinnacle show?
Absolutely
right.
This has been a joy.
It's been lovely having you back in this wee room.
Exactly, but I've enjoyed the second places, the runners up, because they deserve a bit of shine.
They do, and I'm sure they're all struggling in Marks and Spencers and Greg's, just like Sonia.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, Conchita's the face of Booking.com last year and stuff.
That's
like that,
very true.
You know, so they're doing fine without us. Don't worry.
And all of you are welcome on this podcast.
Yeah,
all of you, even the uncommon Linnets.
Kim Woodburn, if you're around, come on up.
She's a real one. Right, should we quickly do our booms?
Let's
bangs,
go
and
for it.
bangs?
Let's get these out the
Right,
window.
tell me your boom.
So my boom, and as you know, boom is a bad thing. My boom is watching my dad watch Limerick get knocked out of the hurling. I don't play hurling. I never played hurling. I'm from a hurling dynasty town, very famous for hurling.
Liz Hurling.
Hurling chunks on a wall of a pub. That's what I was good at. My dad loves hurling. His greatest disappointment is that I never played, and any of my brothers never played. But Limerick are a big dog team in Ireland, and they're knocked out already from the qualifiers. And it was the first. Dad turned to me and just turned it off. And they lost to Dublin, which didn't help matter. Not a big rivalry, just because they're the Dubs. So my boom is sport related, and it's the failure of Limerick to do what they've done for the last 15 years or so.
That's rough.
How about you?
Well, we already covered the death of Kim Woodburn. That's my biggest boom, my boom burn, if you will. But my other boom comes in the shape of our friend. I can't remember what we called her last time. I'm going to call her Mouse. Mouse learned to drive recently with my previous instructor, Maxine.
Oh, yeah.
Passed first time. Happy for her.
Yeah.
Mouse has bought the exact same car that I have, a red Toyota Aygo.
She
is single white femaling me. Mouse, we're on to you.
Yeah.
Living my life, coming on my podcast, stealing my gig. I bet that'll be next.
Come on the podcast, though, Mouse.
Mouse would be a great guest.
Yes, we'd have to do some volume adjustment. In a recent competition of who was the loudest, we were joint second.
Yeah, I don't know. You two could definitely give yourselves a run for your money.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's my boom. It's also a bang because I do kind of.
Well done getting your camera. Stop copying Johnny's life. My bang is we're doing this now because for the next 3.5 weeks, I am in Japan. I'm going on my honeymoon. Off to Japan, gonna eat some rice shaped like Pikachu and pretend I know anything about anime and hope I don't come back with an accent.
I hope that too. They're gonna look at you and be like, "Who or what is this majestic beast?"
That started off sounding a lot more offensive than you meant it to. But thank you.
Really? Oh, I'm so sorry.
What is this?
But you are gonna be like an obelisk.
I think I'm going to be an obelisk. I'm going to be a freak show. I've bought a hat. I haven't worn a hat in years because my head is massive, and I get a prescription for my hats. And I've got a hat. It's from ASOS. If you're a fan of my vibe, you can buy the hat. At the moment, it's still for sale. It's like a nice dark green. It's like the wall over there that you can't see. No. It's a green hat, and it just says in white font, like Times New Roman, business class, which is great. My wife wants me to wear it on the flight, and I might do that because we were in like the cheap seats. So I'm going to be a hat wearer for the next couple of weeks, which I've not done since I was like a child. I don't know. My head. I do look any hat. If you give me a fedora, you give me like one of those like German hats with the spike on top. Any hat, like the helmets, like the army helmets, I look like a farmer. Any hat. We could next week the podcast. Next time we do a podcast,
I'll be montage.
Bring a couple of hats in. I will look like an agricultural student in every single hat.
I need to wear hats, obviously, in the sun. And if I were wearing a hat, this outfit, I look like I'm one of the kids in Kindergarten Cop. Like if I had a wee cap on, I would just look like like who's your daddy? What does he do? That would be my story.
Oh, man.
Okay, my bang. Finally seeing Lana Del Rey on Thursday after 40 years of her being on this earth and cancelling gigs and not really confirming she was doing this one gig until yesterday when we got her supporting acts. I'm very excited
It'll be good
for Lana.
I've
Very
seen it before.
excited. I've made a custom t-shirt where she's kissing an alligator because she married an alligator handler recently. And I'm curious to see what the other homosexuals in Glasgow are wearing because you know they're going to bring it.
They're going to bring it.
They're going to bring it.
Floral crowns be the minimum. Like that's
yeah. I'm curious to know how she feels about the recent ban on disposable vapes because you know she loves it.
She loves a vape.
You know she loves it.
I think I don't think she will be adhering to that law.
No.
I think she'll have her own. Her own. She'll find a Mary somewhere. If you know what I mean.
Oh yes.
Won't be lost on her.
We've all done that. But I know that I've had a lot of good runs with gigs recently. I've had Mighty Hoopla. I've had all kind of great. I've been really lucky actually. Sugar Babes and all kinds of great people. Kylie. Kylie. But Lana's going to hit different.
She's going to hit different.
Yep.
If she actually arrives.
If she arrives.
It might just be bangs for 4 hours. You never know.
Lana, we invite you onto the pod.
Lana, you're in line after Kim Woodburn, someone who's played Scrabble, and Tammy Brown.
Yep.
So just get in line. There's numbers outside the door. And that's us. Johnny, it's been
this
a
has
lovely time to see you.
It's always a joy.
Yeah.
And safe travels to Japan.
Arigato.
Can you actually find whoever's listening to us in Japan?
I'm going to ask each person individually.
Because honestly, see on Spotify, it tells you where people listen. So mostly, of course, it's UK, Ireland, a couple of our friends in Netherlands and Canada. You're like, okay, that must be so-and-so. Whoever's listening in Japan. Who are you? Yeah, who are you?
Yeah, you are a
reach out.
Mad fiend.
Send us a letter.
Yeah, come on over.
Be a guest.
I'll be in town. I'll be in town. Call over.
You'll know where he's going to be.
You'll see me beside Mount Fuji in your eye line. So come on over. Come on over to Japan.
The sun.
I'm going to be walking around handing out flyers. Do you know this listener?
Yeah.
But yeah, so take us away, Mr. Stone.
Oh, well, you know you can find us on Instagram at Boom Bang a Bang Pod. You can find us on YouTube. I will admit we're sporadic on YouTube because keep getting revoked.
Keep getting cancelled because of woke.
Yeah. So you know where to find us. Thank you for listening. We'll see you in about a month's time.
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah. Continue to boom, to bang, and to bang.
Woo!